The history of Aitchison College goes back to the growing interest in the college prompted efforts by Lieutenant General Sir Charles Hurston Aitchison, after whom the college is named, to expand the government ward school into a Chiefs College. North Myanmar Road was initially selected as the new site for Chiefs College, with the collaboration between Bairam Singh, Vice Principal of Mayo School of Arts, and Colonel Sir Samuel Swinton Jacob, Executive Engineer at Jaipur, came up with an architectural design for the Aitchison College. In the beginning, the college was designed to have a science laboratory, library, and museum besides classrooms and amenities for students. The college was formally inaugurated by the Viceroy, Earl of Dufferin and Ava, on November 3, 1886, laid the foundation stone of the main building in a gathering of India's nobility including the rulers of Kashmir and Bahawalpur. Only a few days after the foundation stone of Chiefs College was laid down, it was renamed on November 13, 1886 as Aitchison College. The foundation stone can still be seen at the old building, which was the first structure of the school. This background information is to be kept in mind when one visits Aitchison College, situated at the heart of Lahore. Walking past the campus, it's impossible to keep your eyes off the gorgeous architecture and blossoming jade lawns located in an ancient city. The design of the college, an amalgamation of British, Mughal and Sikh architecture, red brick campus buildings, is incredibly striking, attractively laid out gardens and lush green lawns that are at their finest during summer. The lovely voices of birds, especially cuckoo, bring out the nostalgia and the music for the ones who have been associated with it in any way. It's like entering into a small heaven of natural beauty and grandeur. Aitchison College is known as the most beautiful college campus in Pakistan. The Lahore Chiefs College, later named Aitchison College, is an exclusive college for the elite or princely families. The idea was to train the royal sons of India to cope with the responsibilities that lay ahead of them as rulers of their respective states. The city of Lahore, due to its location at the heart of Punjab, was unarguably the best choice to build such an institution. The proposal for the extension was put forward by Sir Charles Aitchison, Governor of Punjab. Construction of the main building, now known as Old Building, began in 1890, along with a gymnasium and a hospital. Soon after that, the main building became the center of academic life at Aitchison. Along with the main building, 3 boarding houses were also constructed. A rule existed that a separate boarding house should exist for Muslims, Hindus, and Sikhs. Kelly House was for the Muslims, Godley House for the Hindu and Sikh boys, and Leslie Jones House, added in 1888, was for the pupils paying reduced fees as well as those on scholarships financed by various districts. The names Kelly, Godley, and Leslie Jones were accorded to the hostels to honor the role played by various principals. Day scholar houses were added later. A mosque was built for the religious education of Muslim students in 1900, Hindu temple, Dharamshala, and a Gurdwara for the Hindus and Sikhs were created in 1913. Hindu temple was revamped to hold the principal's office after 1947. The academics, which began in 1886, were based on the British public school system. Interestingly, the college still follows a British system, though a different one, Cambridge O&A levels examination to be precise. Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, famous for coining the name of Pakistan, started teaching at the school in 1918. After the partition of the Indian subcontinent, Muhammad Ali Jinnah was appointed patron-in-chief of the college in 1948. In the first half of the 20th century, several extracurricular activities took its roots in the school, including and competitions for best essay writer and best debater became one of the most coveted honors. Several efforts were made to provide facilities for physical education of the students. In 1896, a cricket pavilion was subscribed and work began on a polo ground. A year later, training in cricket, football, field hockey, and tennis was started. Swimming facilities were developed in 1923. Hockey and tennis courts were established in 1938. The sports system soon evolved as competitions between the houses began in 1928. Following Aitchison's win in local sports competition, Aitchison Challenge Cup was established to honor the best sportsmen each year. Aitchison College has also changed its building makeup over the years. A separate building for the preparatory school, which now holds classes for grades 6-8, was constructed in 1915, and the prefects system was established 2 years later. The school was affiliated with Cambridge University in 1933. Classes for grades 6 to 8, and classes for grades 9 to 13 were shifted from main building to the new constructed Berry Block Senior School. Spread over 200 acres, Aitchison College is one of Pakistan's largest educational institutes. Number of modern buildings were constructed on the campus near the end of 20th century, including an amphitheater, a large library, computer and science laboratories. Aitchison is a lot more than a school. It is a fraternity that people remain members of for the rest of their lives. There is hunger for innovation but respect for tradition at the same time. Students must wear blue turbans at the morning assembly. When Aitchison College's foundation stone was laid on November 3, 1886, Sir Charles Hurston Aitchison said, "This is an institution from which you will banish everything in thought and word and act that is mean, dishonorable or impure, and in which you will cultivate everything that is virtuous, true, manly, and gentlemanly." Even after 127 years, Aitchisonians aspire to live up to these inspiring words, and each in his own unique manner succeeds in doing so. Aitchison College experience is unmatched. Education from the Aitchison College is the key to success. It enlightens and brightens the soul of all the royal colleges. Aitchison is perhaps the only school which has kept its traditions alive to a certain degree. The college remains true to its age-old customs. There is no doubt that Aitchison competes with many great institutes for the title Best School in Pakistan.
What Aitchison College means to me, and what it means to me is what it means to so many old boys. That is one of the great schools of Pakistan. It began as an elite institution, educating the princely elites, as one of the 5 chiefs colleges of India, and now it's evolved into a school that educates the DNA of Pakistan, and I think that's the most exciting element of the modern Aitchison. We couldn't rebuild this school on nearly 200 acres in the middle of Lahore with lovely grounds and facilities, but its potential is enormous, and I think when we look to the future, we're seeing a school that will educate boys from all states in Pakistan who are able to enter Aitchison College on the basis of merit alone, and who can take advantage of wonderful teaching, resources, boarding houses and sporting competitions, so they can later play their role as leaders, whether that be overseas or in Pakistan itself. I don't think I've seen a more beautiful school, and I don't think I've seen a school with greater potential in Asia. We're hoping to introduce a significant sporting master plan that will continue our production of test cricketers and Davis Cup tennis players, and of course we've become a full Cambridge school now, and we hope that that will continue our outflow into top universities of the world, and of course here in Pakistan. Aitchison College is a remarkable school because it produces all the conditions, all the opportunities for boys to become truthful, committed, compassionate young men who hopefully will serve this brilliant new century in the way it should be done, and that is knowledge used for good purposes.